hate to be the bearer of bad news, but say goodbye to your money. Yeah. We now have a new story that just came out today. I want to explain what's going on here because this is going to impact you. This is going to actually take money from your wallet. Yeah, seriously. You think I'm joking? Well, here's the report. Look at this. It says Visa and Mastercard plan to add new card fees in the coming months. And you're probably thinking, well, how can they do that? They can't just add new fees. Well, yes, they can. I'm going to explain what's going on here right after I ask you if you enjoy these daily updates. Could you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit that like button. Now let's get right back to this article here. This article, it says that Visa and Mastercard are going to add new card fees in the coming months. Actually, it's actually going to happen in October. Let's get down to the article. Look at this. It says Visa Inc. and Mastercard Inc. are planning to boost the fees that many retailers pay when accepting customers' credit card and debit cards. Yeah, they're charging the retailers, not the customer. But guess what? When you charge the retailer, guess who they push that other expense onto? Yeah, to you and I, the customer. Let's get back to this article. It says the additional Visa charges are slated to begin October for online transactions. Okay, on October for online transactions, followed by April by new fees for commercial credit, debit, and prepaid cards. Okay, that was according to a document that was obtained earlier today. I believe it's from the Wall Street Journal. It says for MasterCard, a new pre-authorization fee for credit card purchases will start in October. It goes on to say, with the increases, merchants could pay more than $500 million in additional fees each year. $500 million. Guess what that means? That means you and I have to pay our share of that $500 million in additional fees. Now, are we going to see that prices for, let's say, a gallon of milk? You go to a store, a grocery store, and you go get a gallon of milk, and instead of $4.99 or whatever it is for a gallon, it costs you $5.99? No, that's not what's going to happen. But instead of $4.99, chances are it's going to go up a little bit. Probably go up to $5 and maybe 10 cents. Okay, that's on one item, because we are going to see these transaction fees go up for the retailers. So instead of spending the whatever small percentage it was, the 2% or 3%, whatever it is that gets kicked back, no, they're going to have to pay a little bit extra because it's costing more money for them to do this. It also goes on to say, so-called interchange fees have become a contentious issue in recent years. While Visa and Mastercard set the rates for these fees, it's the banks that issue the cards that keep most of the fees. Even if they amount to just pennies per purchase, those costs have been rising in recent years as more consumers use credit cards, which typically carry steeper interchange fees than debit cards. Here's the key here, okay? It says right here, while Visa and Mastercard set the rates for those fees, it's the banks that issue the cards and keep most of the fees. Well, what's the issue right now regarding the banks? Well, the banks are struggling. It's not just regular banks, it's even the central banks. Look at Europe, look at Australia. These banks are struggling. So even in the United States, we are going to get there. But with that said, you know how banks make more money? They charge more fees. If they can't go and get additional income coming in, right? Additional money, new accounts opened up. If they can't do that, which how could they, especially with the rates keep rising? Nobody wants to buy a new car, not at 8%. Nobody wants to go buy a new house, not at 7-8%. Right? People don't want to get these things at these high rates. What they want to do is they want to wait. Well, that becomes a problem, because how are the banks going to continue to make money? Well, we could charge additional fees, but we can't always charge our customers, because if they come into the bank and they see, just to talk to somebody, it's going to cost them $5. To print out a single page, it's going to be $1 per page. They're not going to want to do that, right? All these additional surcharges, They don't want to keep their money in our bank and keep being our customer. So maybe we go after the retailers. That's what's happening. They're going after the retailers. That's why Visa and Mastercard are raising their fees, because the retailers are going to pay it. And you know how the retailers are going to get that money back? Yeah, charging us a little bit extra money. Look at this. It says in all, U.S. merchants shelled out a record $160.7 billion on so-called swipe fees last year. That is up 16.7% from 2021, according to the Nielsen Report industry publication. Now it says Visa and Mastercard didn't immediately respond to requests for comments. Of course they didn't. Why would they want to? Why would they come out and say, yep, we're going to raise fees and you guys are going to pay for it? They're not going to do that. Okay? But the reason why I think this is such a big deal is because it's going to come on us. We're the ones that are going to be paying a little bit extra. So instead of you getting that full $100, right, worth of groceries, it's going to be closer to, half of that. It's going to be closer to half, simply because, well, inflation, all the additional fees, prices are going to continue to go up because you think, stores like Target, Walmart, just any grocery store, Safeway, Albertsons, Fred Meyer, you think they're going to pay the additional fees all the time? No, they're not going to continue to pay this. It's going to go on to you and I. But it's not just food. Keep that in mind. You want to go and buy that new pair of Nikes? Guess what? Nike's going to get hit with additional surcharges as well. You want to go buy some lumber at Home Depot and you want to use your Visa credit card? Yeah, you're going to pay a little bit extra. So be aware. Be aware that this is happening, because what most people don't realize is coming is we are going to start to be hit with all these additional surcharges. Because how else are these companies going to get our money? If we're not paying, they want to make it look like their prices aren't going anywhere. But they are. They will impact us. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on. I thought this was a very interesting story. Read this earlier on this morning, but I thought, you know what? This is something that we need to touch on, because again, most people have no clue this is coming. Most people don't realize that this is actually going to impact them, and it will. So, I will keep you up to date on what's going on here, and as soon as we get more information as to what are these additional credit card fees going to look like, and exactly when are they going to be put in place, I will let you know. So make sure you do two things. Hit that like button on this video. Also click that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and I will see you guys on the next one.